Hello, Silver Community. It's Sterling Cannabis with you once again. And today, I've got a little bit of something different. Merica, Silver Patriot, called me out and put me in a position where I've got to answer 40 questions. And so, let's get into this because this is going to take just a minute. All right. Number one, ketchup on hot dogs. Short answer, no. Long answer, I avoid hot dogs for the most part. Hebrew Nationals, Kogel beef, I might do, but give me a kielbasa, give me a brat, give me a non-processed brat, give me one fresh from the butcher store. And then I like them Chicago style. Onions, tomato slices, a little coleslaw, some pepper, some good pub mustard, and a good artisan roll. Soda. Well, I avoid sodas. I try to avoid high fructose corn syrup pretty much altogether. If I really, really need a little caffeine, which I try to avoid, I'll drink one of those little 10-ounce Mexican Cokes that we have around here in a lot of the stores. Come in a 10-ounce glass bottle, and they have real sugar in them. I'll drink one of those once in a while if I absolutely need it. Do I own a gun? Absolutely. Quite proficient with it, too. But I'm actually more of an archer, and I can put an arrow where it needs to be. I know the kill zone. Do I swim? I grew up spending my summers on Higgins Lake, and now I'm spending my retirement on Higgins Lake. Yes, I know how to swim. Higgins Lake is one of the best swimming lakes in the world. Hot dogs or cheeseburgers? Well, I think I kind of already answered that one. It's definitely cheeseburgers. But to me, hot dogs, my definition of a hot dog would be that of the raccoons from the movie The Great Outdoors. What did they say they're made out of? Go watch the movie. You'll have some fun. My favorite food? Well, I like savory foods. I like spicy stuff. I definitely have a capsaicin addiction. I grow peppers. But if the bulk of the meal can come out of my own garden, that's what I really, really like. Do I believe in ghosts? Well, when I was a kid, the Catholic Church had this thing called Vatican II, and they switched from using the term ghost to spirit. It means the same thing to me. But we are, all of us, each and every one of us, we are spiritual beings, first and foremost. How far that goes, I don't know. I know people that believe that every one-celled creature has a spirit. I won't go that far, but I'm certainly not going to tell them they're wrong. I don't know where the documentation is that backs them up, but I'm not about to tell anybody you're wrong in what you believe. What do I drink in the morning? Well, the first thing that I actually drink, I have a 4-ounce glass of milk with my medicated cookies in the morning so that the arthritis in my knees is at a point where I can get up and do things. Can I do 100 push-ups? Right now, at one time, I don't know about that, but it definitely is a good idea. I've got some push-up handles, and I think I will take them up and actually start working on that because I think it's a real good idea. I probably should do 100 push-ups a day, but I think I'll probably have to work up to it a little bit. Favorite time of year? Um, Christmas season, New Year's season. Um, the last few years, I have spent my New Year's season at the Billy Strings New Year's run, wherever that has been, Chicago, Pontiac, Detroit. And that's always a whole lot of fun. And I've had my son and daughter-in-law with me in those events, and always with a bunch of the Billy Strings fans and stuff. Always great time. But honestly, I enjoy every day. Favorite hobby? Well, pretty much everything I do, I guess, is a hobby in a way. And I don't do things I don't enjoy. It's kind of hard for me to limit that down, but I really do like the YouTube. And I've developed some friendships there that I would not have had otherwise, and that's important. Number 12. Do I have any tattoos? I have zero ink on me. When I worked, I would tattoo rat tails with their numbers so that we could identify them by their tattoos if needed. But personally, no, I have no ink. Do I wear glasses? Only when I want to see. Uh, I don't use them for up close stuff. Um, I mean, I spent my life looking through a microscope, and if there's something really small, I'll break out my microscope and look at it through there, uh, or at least a magnifying glass. But for seeing distance, I do wear glasses. Number 13 or 14, my phobia. Probably heights would be the greatest one. Um, yeah, don't invite me to go on a balloon ride with you because I really wouldn't enjoy it. Nicknames. None that I know of. My ex might have one for me. Azzhole. Uh, but the only one that I know of that I really like, and the only one I actually even know of, and I really like it, but there's only 3 people in the world that use it, and that's Papa, my daughter, my son, and my grandson. 3 favorite drinks. So this one I got kind of split in half because I'm not a teetotaler, but I don't drink much alcohol. But if I'm drinking alcohol, what I like are for beers, give me an IPA. Um, a Bell's Two Hearted IPA or a Founder's Dirty Bastard, 2 of my favorites. If I'm somewhere where you can't get a Michigan beer, well, I'm going to start with your IPAs. For mixed drinks, I like bourbon sours or rum runners. Fruity tasting, but not uber sweet. But what I really drink mostly, especially these days with the Rona going around, I drink fruit teas, low sugar, tonic water. I drink about 6 ounces of tonic water every day, and water. Do I like blue cheese? Number 17. I love blue cheese. Salad isn't salad without a little blue cheese in it. What's better on a burger than blue cheese and a piece of back bacon? Oh my goodness. Rain or snow? Well, I've been a ski bum all my life. Snow, let it snow, baby, in its season. Thank you very much. Can I change a tire? Absolutely. Haven't had to do it in many years because, well, I kind of try to stay away from that situation. My favorite flowers. I like wildflowers. Under my deck, I have a wildflower garden, and come midsummer, it is the most gorgeous thing in the world. All kinds of different flowers, different colors, shapes, sizes. I love it. You drive a stick. I learned how to drive by driving a tractor on my grandpa's farm. Yes, I can drive a stick. Skydive. No, thank you. I don't even want to fly anywhere. But if I happen to be up in a perfectly good airplane, I am not going to jump out of it until it is on the ground. Thank you very much. Children. Yes, two. I have a daughter who is 33 years old, and I have a son who is 27. They are two of the most remarkable people in the world, and I'm not prejudiced at all. But I do love my children, and they are fabulous, and they're the ones that love me. So, yeah. Um, and then I have one grandson, too, who's with his mama in Japan for the next several years. Favorite color? This one is maybe the hardest one for me. Um, I love the flowers. I love all the colors that come with them. Um, I love all the colors from the stickers on the board. But things that grow generally are green, and so I think I'll go with green. Number 25. Are you employed? I am retired. Out of the pharmaceutical industry. I get a pension every month from Pfizer. I worked for Park Davis for many years, and then Pfizer bought them, and then when I finally retired, that's where I get a pension from. Um, that I worked as a reproductive toxicologist, and after many, many years, it became quite clear to me that the pharmaceutical industry is just evil. And all the work that I had done all my life was pretty much for naught, and I walked away from it when I was 55 years old. A little bit too young to have a good retirement, but I couldn't not see making a living doing something that offended me. So I left, moved up here to the lake, and figured things out. But I did walk away with a lot of laboratory skills. Um, and I'd been using cannabis. At this point, I've been using it for 50 years. I've always had a scientist's heart and mind. I understand what it can do. And I walked away with some lab skills. And so now farmers hire me to work with their final product or their harvested product to make high quality medical extracts for them. And I have the skills that can make some really, really top shelf stuff. So I'm not employed, but I still do put my skills to work. Can I whistle? No. Favorite vacation? There's been a lot of good ones, but I had to think about this for a minute. Oh, about a dozen years ago. My son was still high school age. We went with the youth group from the church that I was a member at the time to the Boundary Waters in northern Minnesota. We had like 20 fathers with their sons. Huge. They actually had to split us in half and sent us out with two different groups of guides. We couldn't even camp all together. We had so many people that went. But we spent a week paddling around these lakes up in northern Minnesota and along the boundaries with Canada. I mean, part of the time we actually went into Canada a little bit. Um, saw eagles every day, saw moose and beavers. I mean, we had to traverse beaver dams. It was the most incredible, amazing thing ever did. Went fishing every day, caught our meals, cooked our meals, just had a great time. And there's memories from that that will never leave me. And every morning, we sat around while we were having breakfast. And the dads, we talked about our relationships with our sons in group. And I think that it really kind of was very important. Number 28, siblings. I have three older sisters. The youngest and the oldest of which have both passed. The middle one, I don't really have a relationship with. She's a very different person than me. And when we are together, neither one of us tends to be very happy. So I want her to be as happy as she can be, so I stay out of her life. Number 29, surgeries. I've had a couple. Never had any organs removed. Well, except for maybe the lobotomy. They did take a little bit of an organ there. Brain's not really an organ, though, is it? Just tissue. No, but I have had a couple of places where I have been repaired. I have to have the push-up bars because of one of my surgeries. 20 years ago, I pretty much destroyed my left wrist, and it doesn't flex real well anymore. And so, yeah, I have to do push-ups, I have to have a bar to hold on to. But mostly, yeah, I'm pretty much all together. They haven't taken any of me away, and the parts they put back together so that they work. Showers or baths? Showers. Last song that I listened to, Billy Strings, Away from the Mar. Check it out. I think you might like it. Broken bones. I have broken a few. AKA some of the surgeries. Number of televisions. I have one television that is hooked up to Roku. I do not have cable, but I watch a lot of YouTube on my television. Worst pain ever. Well, when I screwed up my wrist 20 years ago, they put 3 pins right through the bones in my wrist. I went through 4 bones each. When I went to the doctor's office and he said, "Oh, your wrist is healing really well. We've got to take them pins out of there." And I said, "Well, what are we going to do? Schedule an appointment?" He says, "No, we're going to do it right now." I pulled out a pair of needle nose pliers. I was on my knees, or he had my hand between his legs, and in one hand and literally reefing on it with this needle nose pliers. I don't think I ever cried so much from physical pain in my life. But does it even compare to emotional pain when somebody hurts you? Do I like to sing? I'd love to be able to sing, but it would sound like a rock crusher and it wouldn't be very pleasing. And I love good singing. I'm not too fond of bad singing, so no, I don't sing. Um, Number 36. Is Mom alive? Mom passed on June 12th, 2017. My sister was living here with me. I had her at a music festival for the weekend. The 12th that year was a Sunday. It was the last day of the festival. Ran into one of my nephews at the festival. Had a good time. Got home about 4 o'clock that afternoon and I had a message from my daughter. Been trying to get a hold of you all day. Grandma's gone. That was a hard day. 3 things I did today. Well, I got up this morning, sitting at the dining room table looking out the front window over the porch, watching a robin build its nest on my porch or behind my porch light. I'll leave them there, let them be. I think it's fantastic. It's a mess, I really don't want it, blah, 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 blah. You know what? It's just fine. Went to town, bought a couple groceries, couple bags of groceries. It's been raining for a day and a half. The garden needs work, but it's been raining for a day and a half. So I went out into the Silver Shack and I played with the little silver. I did some wood pours today. Kind of cool. Haven't weighed them, haven't cleaned them up, haven't polished them. But I probably had to do 7 or 8 of them before I got these 4 good ones. But boy, I do like the texture on these things. And then look at this one. Look at that texture. Oh my. And the thing is that's heavy enough and stuff. And I can still get the back of this thing stamped. So those are the 3 things I did today. What do I watch on TV? Well, I don't have cable. I watch YouTube. I watch my friends on YouTube on my television. Number 39. Pumpkin or pecan? Well, the very best pie I believe I've ever had in my life comes from Cracker Barrel. And it was a chocolate caramel pecan pie that they have around Thanksgiving time. Oh my goodness, that thing is just absolutely amazing. I mean, I do love me a good pumpkin pie, but you ain't even gonna come close to that pecan pie. Not with no pumpkin pie. And question number 40. Someone who will play. Well, I gotta ask 3 people to do this very same thing. And so I'm gonna start out with my buddy, Savage Stacker. Can you do one of these for me? Huh? I bet you can. I bet you can. And then my second person I'd like to ask, Miss Sherry Ward. She's just from downstate here and a Michigan fan. I forgive her for that. But I gotta know the answer to these questions. I gotta know the answer to these questions. Sherry, I'm looking forward to your video. Thank you, darling. And then somebody, my biggest supporter. I gotta ask you to do this for me. Silver Damsel, would you answer these 40 questions for me? I'm just dying to hear your answers. Well, y'all, I think I've been on here long enough. I still got stickers if you want to do sticker trades. My physical address, my email address, they're down below in the descriptions. Peace out, my friends. Get some of this silver. I think the time is coming real quick when we're going to need it. You know what's going on out there. Love you guys.